Today, we'll show you 100, yes, that's right, 100 skill moves, which is over 1 hour worth of tutorials. But first, we're going to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, OneFootball, the best app for following your favorite soccer teams, leagues, and players. The app has live scores, tables, stats, player ratings, and really just everything you need to keep up with the beautiful game. And the best part is, it's free, so you really don't have anything to lose. So make sure to go download OneFootball for free via the link in the description. You're watching All Attack.
The roll cutback. When a defender is running with you, start by using the underside of your foot to roll the ball away from the defender. Then use the inside of your other foot to cut the ball back behind your leg and against the momentum of the defender.
Yeah. These boys and girls, what you learn as I do my thing.
The roll croqueta. When a defender is running in for a tackle, but you get there first, use the underside of your foot to pull the ball away from the tackle and across your body. Then use the inside of your other foot to push the ball past the defender. Roulette to inside. When a defender is running in from the side, use the underside of your foot to pull the ball back and behind you. Then spin, and use the inside of your other foot to drag the ball away from the defender. Sombrero. When the ball is bouncing and a defender is rushing in, wait for the defender to get close. Then use the top of your foot to pop the ball over their head against their momentum. The pull back and Meg. When you pull the ball back toward you slowly, it can encourage a defender to make a challenge. And when they do, they'll leave a gap between their legs. The pull behind and go. When the ball is out in front of you and the defender reaches for it, use the underside of your foot to pull the ball back. Then use the inside of your foot to touch the ball behind your leg. And finally use your other foot to push the ball away from the defender. The step pass feint. When a defender is tight on your back or shoulder, run up to the ball and step all the way past it so that both legs run past the ball. Then turn and go the other way. The swing and miss.
Yeah.
When a ball is rolling toward you slowly, run up like you're going to do a big clearance upfield. Then swing your leg and miss the ball completely, making the defender look silly. The fake Rabona.
These boys and girls, what you learn as I do my thing.
When the ball is rolling, run up like you're going to cross and plant one foot right next to the ball. Then bring your other foot behind your leg
잘 보고 배워, sweetheart.
and use the top of that foot to stop the ball.
swag이 어디 따라 해본다고 배워지는 거니 하던 일이나 챙겨 해라 trust me on this honey. Leave it alone 내 스시만 내버려둬 살고 싶은 대로 살 거야 말리지 마 살고 싶은
The roll croqueta meg.
말리지 마 tell me about my hustle you better stay quiet.
When you're facing a defender, use the underside of your foot to roll the ball across your body. Then, when the defender moves to stop you, use your other foot to push the ball through the gap in their legs.
These boys and girls, what you learn as I do my thing. Talent classes in session, join me on your thing.
The Berbatov spin. When you're chasing the ball toward the sideline or goal line, and there's a defender following you closely, stop the ball with the inside of your foot, then pivot. And use the edge of your toes to flick the ball over and past the defender's leg. The McGeady spin. When you're near the sideline and a defender is on your back, use one foot to touch the ball behind your leg, then spin, and use the outside of your other foot to hit the ball past the defender. The roll cut. When you're holding off a defender on your back, use the underside of your foot to start rolling the ball one way. Then, use the outside of that same foot to chop the ball back the other way and turn the defender. The soul spin. When a defender is coming in from the side, use the underside of the foot that is farthest away from the defender and pull the ball back behind you. Then use the underside of that same foot to pull the ball past the defender. The scoop turn. When a defender is on your back, use the inside of your foot and start pushing the ball to the side, as if you were going to pass it to a teammate. But instead of releasing it, continue to drag the ball in a circular motion. Then use the edge of your toes to flick the ball through the defender's legs. Roulette. When the ball is out in front of you and a defender is coming in from the side, Use the underside of your foot to pull the ball back. Then spin, and use the underside of your other foot to pull the ball away from the defender. Roulette down the line. When you have a defender on your back and the ball is rolling toward the sideline, use the underside of your foot to pull the ball back toward the defender, then spin, and use the underside of your other foot to pull the ball away from the defender and down the line. It's like a McGeady spin, but with the soles of your feet. The stop and turn. When a defender is on your shoulder and trying to get around the front of you, use the inside of your foot to stop the ball, while at the same time turning your body to shield the ball from the defender. Then use the inside of that same foot to drag the ball away from the defender. Body feint and turn. When the ball is rolling down the line and you notice a defender is pressuring from behind, step behind the ball as if you were going to turn back. But instead, turn the other way and push the ball past the defender. One foot McGeady. When a defender is on your back, bring one foot around the front of the ball. Then use your other foot to push the ball past that leg. Finally, turn and use that same foot to hit the ball past the defender. Reverse Meg. When you're turning away from a defender, but they're still following you closely on your back, roll the ball directly behind you and through their legs. And then either you'll get lucky, or you're Ronaldinho and somehow you'll manage to succeed almost every time. Roll forward and back. When you're holding off a defender, use the underside of your foot and roll the ball just slightly forward. Then roll the ball directly behind you and turn away. Roulette to face defender. When you have a defender on your back, but you'd rather be facing them, one thing you can do is use the underside of one foot to pull the ball to your other foot. Then spin, and use your other foot to pull the ball back toward yourself and away from the defender. And now you have the defender in front of you. pull behind leg and stop. When you feel that the ball is too close to the defender, close enough that they could easily get a foot on the ball, use the underside of your foot to pull the ball back. Then use the inside of that same foot to push the ball behind your leg, protecting the ball. Finally, if you need to stop the ball from going too far, use the underside of your other foot to drag the ball back toward you. La croqueta. When a defender sticks out a leg, use the inside of your foot to drag the ball across your body. Then use the inside of your other foot to push the ball past them. Fake in La Croqueta. This is very similar to the traditional La Croqueta, but in this version, you take a small step to the side first. Then, if the defender takes the fake and dives in, you do the La Croqueta around them the other way. Shield and pull away. When you feel the ball is a little too exposed to a defender, use the underside of your foot to pull the ball away, while at the same time pivoting on your standing leg, putting your body between the defender and the ball. The two-touch turn. When the ball is a little bit in front of you, and a defender comes in quickly from the side, use the outside of the foot furthest away from the defender to stop the ball. Then use the outside of that same foot to turn away from the defender. Inside-outside. When you're facing a defender in a tight situation where you don't have a lot of space, show the defender you have complete control of the ball by switching the ball between the inside and outside of your foot a few times. This show of control and skill will often make defenders less likely to dive in, because they know you can go either direction in the blink of an eye. Protection step over. When the ball is a little bit in front of you and a defender comes in quickly from the side, step around the front of the ball to protect it. Then turn so that your body is between the defender and the ball. Sombrero from the ground. When the ball is rolling away from the defender, and that defender is running in from the side, stick your toe underneath the ball and flick the ball over the defender against their momentum. Shaky leg. When you're facing a defender on the wing, move your foot back and forth quickly behind the ball, shaking your leg and keeping your knee loose. This will show the defender that you have the ability to go any direction whenever you want. Lift pass. When you're in a tight situation, where a defender will probably block your pass, lifting your pass off the ground will help the ball get over any outstretched leg from the defender. Fake turns. When a defender is tight on your back, one way to create a little space is to throw out a couple body feints that make it look like you might turn. And after a couple fakes, a lot of defenders will back off a bit, allowing you to turn and face them. Elastico Meg. When you're facing a defender on the wing, use the top of your foot to start pushing the ball as if you were going to cut past the defender. Then use the inside of your foot to push the ball through the defender's legs. The Ronaldo Chop. When you're dribbling down the field with speed, and you notice a defender catching up to you, jump with both feet, and use the inside of your foot to chop the ball behind your leg and the defender. Step overs. When you're nudging at a defender, step around the front of the ball multiple times, making it difficult for the defender to know what you're going to do. The double chop. When a defender is coming in from the side, use the inside of your foot to chop the ball to your other foot. Then use that foot to hit the ball behind your leg and the defender. Dragon step over. When you're facing a defender, start dragging the ball across your body. Then use that same foot to do a step over around the front of the ball. And complete the skill by using your other foot to push the ball past the defender. Outside heel toe. When you're facing a defender, use the outside of your foot to start pushing the ball forward. Then quickly turn your foot and use your toe to flick the ball the other way. Fake cross. Touch the ball to the side and run up to it like you're going to whip across. But instead of following through, stop the ball with the inside of your foot. Then, if they took the fake, push the ball past the defender. The roll top chop. When you're dribbling down the field, but you feel a defender is catching up with you, use the underside of your foot to roll the ball across your body. Then use your heel to chop the ball behind your leg and the defender. the foot hover. When you have the ball, but you're standing still, lift one foot and let it hover behind the ball, baiting the defender to try and put a foot in. Then, when they put the tackle in, quickly move your foot around the ball and cut past them. Of course, you have to have fast feet and a great reaction speed to be able to do this. The roll flick up. When you're facing a defender on the wing, start rolling the ball back, baiting the defender to move closer. Then use the underside of your foot to pull the ball back toward your body. And use your toe to flick the ball up in the air and down the line. Pull behind leg and back. When you're facing a defender on the wing, use the underside of your foot to pull the ball back. Then, use the inside of that same foot to push the ball back behind your leg. And if the defender dives in, use the underside of your other foot to pull the ball back across your body. The roll meg. When the ball is a little out in front of you and the defender thinks they can get a tackle in, roll the ball through their legs right as they reach for the ball. Roll elastico. When you're facing a defender on the wing, use the underside of your foot to roll the ball to the side. Then, use the inside of that same foot to hit the ball past the defender. Roll to inside. When you're running down the wing and a defender is cutting off your angle, use the underside of your foot to roll the ball just slightly backward. Then use the inside of your other foot to hit the ball down the line and past the defender. Roll to outside. When you're facing a defender, roll the ball across your body. Then, use the outside of that same foot to chop the ball back the other way. Pull behind leg. When the ball is a little out in front of you and a defender moves to get a tackle in, use the underside of your foot to roll the ball back. Then use the inside of that same foot to push the ball behind your leg and away from the defender. Fake pass. When you're facing a defender, use the inside of your foot to start pushing the ball as if you were passing to a teammate. But before the ball gets away from you, use the underside of your foot to stop the ball. Then roll it back and go a different direction. Puskas. When the ball is a little bit in front of you and a defender reaches for the ball, use the underside of your foot to pull the ball back toward your body. Then use the inside of that same foot to push the ball away from the defender. The roll flick pass. When you're receiving a pass, use your first touch to roll the ball directly behind you. Then use the inside of your other foot to flick the ball into the path of your teammate. The feint and meg. When you're facing a defender in a tight situation, step one direction, leaving the ball exposed. Then, if they reach for it, push the ball through. The Dragon Meg. When you're dribbling at a defender on the wing, use the inside of your foot to start dragging the ball down the line, getting the defender to move. Then, when the defender opens their legs, use the outside of your foot to push the ball through. Fake cross and meg. When you're dribbling down the wing, run up to the ball like you're going to cross. Then, when the defender stretches to block the cross, cut the ball through their legs. Pull behind leg. When you're holding off a defender on your back, and then the defender reaches for the ball, use the underside of your foot to pull the ball back. Then the inside of that same foot to push the ball behind your leg and through the defenders. Running alongside meg. When a defender is chasing alongside you, they can't always keep their legs closed. It's impossible. So, if you time it right, you can cut the ball between their legs and they'll run right past. Shooting meg. When you take a touch to the side to shoot, Defenders will often stretch out a leg to block your shot, leaving a gap which you can shoot through. Passing Meg. When a defender is blocking your passing angle, keep in mind that it may not actually be blocked, because you may be able to pass the ball through their legs. Basic Meg. You don't always have to fake or do something fancy to meg a defender. Sometimes the gap is just there, and all you have to do is push the ball through. Stop and meg. When you're receiving a pass and a defender is coming in quickly from behind, receive the ball with the foot that's closest to the defender, making the defender think that they might be able to get a tackle in. But when they move to take the ball, use your other foot to put the ball between their legs. Magidi Meg. When you're running down the wing and a defender is running alongside you, use the inside of one foot to touch the ball behind your leg, then spin, and use the outside of your other foot to hit the ball toward the defender and through their legs. The V-Meg. When a defender is running in from behind, use the underside of your foot and roll the ball away from your body at something like a 45-degree angle, tempting the defender to reach for the ball. Then use the underside of your foot to roll the ball straight back and through their legs. Double Elastico. Use the inside of your foot to drag the ball across your body, and at the same time bring your foot around the ball. Then use the outside of that same foot to take a touch back the other way, and bring your foot around the ball again. And finally, use the inside of your foot to push the ball past the defender. The Roll Rabona Turn. When a defender is chasing alongside you, use one foot to roll the ball forward. Then bring your other foot behind your leg, and use the edge of that foot to pull the ball back the other direction. The Inside Heel Roulette. When a defender is coming in from the side, use the inside of your foot to stop the ball. Then spin, and use the heel of your other foot to hit the ball away from the defender. The First Touch Cruyff. When the ball is dropping from the air, run up like you're going to shoot, but instead, use the inside of your foot to bring the ball behind your leg. striking the ball just after it hits the ground. Heel toe. When you're facing a defender, use the inside of your heel and hit the ball forward. Then quickly turn your foot and use your toe to hit the ball the other way. Stop and behind leg. When a defender is coming in from the side, use the underside of your foot to stop the ball. Then use the inside of your other foot to hit the ball away from the defender. Step over inside to inside. Start by bringing one foot around the front of the ball. Then use the inside of your other foot to hit the ball toward your original foot. And finally, use your original foot to hit the ball back the other way. Switch feet, push and go. When you're switching the ball to your other foot, and the defender reaches for it, use your toe to poke the ball past them before they can get the ball, then run around the other way. Inside-outside stepovers. If you really want to show defenders your fancy footwork, you can combine outside stepovers, where you step around the ball away from your body, and inside stepovers, where you step across your body. And if you don't trip yourself, the defender will have no idea where you're going next. The Rabona. To do a Rabona, plant your foot just in front of the ball. Then bring your other foot behind your leg and use the top of your foot to strike the underside of the ball. Behind leg control. When a ball is coming to you in the air, bring your strong foot behind your leg. Then use the inside of that foot to control the ball. The pancake. When a ball is dropping to your feet, position your foot so that the ball will hit the top of your toes. And when the ball hits, flex your toes upward. Juggling down the field. When the ball pops up in the air, some players decide that they'd rather juggle the ball down the field than dribble it. And although most of the time this probably isn't very necessary, it does show your friends that you've got some outrageous control. The 180 turn and lift. When you're dribbling near the sideline and a defender is running in quickly from behind you, fake like you're going to pass the ball. Then stick your toe underneath the ball and chip it past the defender down the line. Inside roll cut. When a defender is on your back, use the underside of your foot and roll the ball to the side, away from your body. Then quickly use the inside of that same foot to cut the ball back the other direction. Roll and turn. When you just want to create a little space, use the underside of your foot and roll the ball further away from the defender. Then turn and use the inside of your foot to stop the ball. And now you can face the defender and do as you please. The double roll. When you're holding off a defender that's on your back, use the underside of your foot to start rolling the ball across your body. Then, immediately roll the ball the other way and away from the defender. Inside step over. When a defender is following you closely, step around the front of the ball and across your body. Then turn the other way and use your other foot to drag the ball away from the defender. The bait and meg. When you're holding off a defender, put your foot on top of the ball and turn, exposing the ball to the defender. Then nutmeg the defender when they move to take the ball. The roll chop. Roll the ball to the side, and at the same time, jump with your other leg. Then use the inside of your foot to chop the ball the opposite direction. The juggle to heel sombrero. When you're holding off a defender in the corner, roll the ball toward your body. Then use your toe to flick the ball up to yourself and use your heel to hit the ball over the defender's head. Ronaldo Fenomeno. When you're facing a defender on the wing, use the underside of your foot to pull the ball back toward your other foot. Then, use the inside of that foot to hit the ball in front of you. And finally, use your original foot to push the ball past the defender. Behind the leg meg. When a defender gets too tight to you, bring one foot in front of the ball, faking as if you were going to dribble that way. Then, use your other foot to hit the ball through their legs. Elastico. When you're facing a defender, use the top of your foot to start pushing the ball past your opponent. Then, quickly bring your foot around the ball and use the inside of that same foot to hit the ball the other way. A good way to develop your Elastico ability is to practice tapping the ball with the inside and outside of your foot. The Roulette Meg. When you're running down the wing and a defender is keeping up with you, use the underside of your foot to stop the ball and pull it back slightly. Then spin and use the underside of your other foot to roll the ball through the defender. And honestly, hope you get lucky. The Ronaldinho Sombrero. When you're moving to receive a ball, and a defender is following you closely, point your toe toward the ground, creating a ramp that will flick the ball up. Then use the top of your foot to hit the ball behind you and over the defender. The L roll. When you're facing the defender in a tight situation, roll the ball down the line. Then, use that same foot to stop the ball and roll it back. And finally, use the inside of that foot to push the ball past the defender. Speed elastic. Use the top of your foot to push the ball to the side of the defender. Then, bring that same foot behind the ball. And use the inside of that same foot to push the ball past the defender. The Hocus Pocus. When you're facing a defender, bring one foot in front of the ball. Then, use the inside of your other foot to push the ball behind your leg. Finally, use the top of that same foot to push the ball past your standing leg and the defender. The fake pass pull. When a defender is behind you, turn and start pushing the ball as if you were going to pass it back to a teammate. Then, before the ball gets away from you, use the underside of your foot to pull the ball back the other way. The Riquelme turn. When a defender is behind you, use the underside of your foot to roll the ball just behind your other leg. Then spin and use your heel to hit the ball through the defender's legs. Bounce overhead. When a ball is coming to you from high in the air, and a defender is rushing to close you down, let the ball hit the ground. Then use the underside of your foot to hit the ball back into the ground at a slightly forward angle, bouncing the ball up and over the defender's head. La Croqueta push and go. When you're running down the wing and a defender is diving to block your angle in field, use the inside of your foot to chop the ball back to your other foot. Then push the ball past the defender and run the other way to avoid the tackle. The fake pass Meg. When you see a defender coming in from the side, start pushing the ball as if you were going to pass to a teammate. Then, use the underside of your foot to stop the ball and pull it back. And finally, if the defender reaches to steal the ball, use the top of your foot to push the ball through the defender's legs. Bounce and turn. When you have a defender on your back, and the ball is bouncing in front of you and spinning toward you, use the underside of your foot to hit the ball into the ground as hard as you can. Then turn and get the ball on the other side. Roll, step over, and chop. When you're facing a defender, use the underside of your foot to roll the ball across your body. Then bring that same foot around the top of the ball and use the inside of your other foot to chop the ball past the defender.
All right, everyone, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to go download OneFootball via the link in the description. I mean, it's free, it's a good app, so, why not? Just do it.